The Mercedes G-Class just does not give a flying fig about trends and fashions. Swoopy aerodynamics? Yeah, right. Soft closed doors? What's that? Monocoque construction? It's a G, man. So of course, when diesels are going out of favor, the G-Class gets its most powerful diesel yet. Meet the G450D. The G450D diesel completes the G-Class lineup in India, joining the mad AMG G63 and all-electric G580. It's the most affordable G by ex-showroom price, though prices start at an, are you serious, 2.9 crore rupees. And to think, just 6 years ago, the G350D diesel of the same gen of G-Class was launched at 1.5 crore rupees. Anywho, this facelifted G diesel is identifiable with its 4-slat chrome grille, silver and chrome inserts on the bumper, twin 5-spoke 20-inch wheels, and chrome finish for the spare on the tail. Paint options include the usual blacks, whites and silvers, but there's also a blue, a green and this very interesting rubellite red metallic. It's a box on wheels alright, but one that's just so appealing. The G-Class sits high off the ground and getting into the cabin involves a climb. That little trek up is worth it because then you get a king's view of the world. The seats also go the distance to pamper you with heating, ventilation as well as massage functions. In the general layout of the interior, there's really nothing new to report of. You still get this shallow dash that leads into this upright glass house, which is very integral to the whole G-Class experience. Now in terms of tech features, you get these lovely digital dials which are shared with other models, and I particularly like the off-road themes. Now you get multiple themes, but the off-road themes really give you a lot of information to use on the go. But for the full effect, you need to press this off-road cockpit button and it'll take you to this dedicated off-road screen where you can geek out on a whole lot of information such as suspension travel. Then you can check tire pressures, tire temperatures, your position, your satellite position. Right now it's telling our position by 7 satellites, so there's a lot you can do, as well as which differentials are locked, steering lock, really cool stuff. Apart from this, you get goodies like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get a lovely 360-degree camera. There's also a transparent bonnet function that really comes handy in the rough. The screen is also your go-to control for features like the ambient lighting, which is really well done. A cool addition is augmented reality navigation that overlays navigation arrows onto the front camera feed so you know your turn clearly. Worth highlighting is that the touchscreen itself is a new feature on the G-Class. Previously, you could only go through the menus with the touchpad controller. Now, this generation of G-Class has been around since 2018, so it's not the newest of Mercs, and that's good in a way because everything is not on the touchscreen. You get these physical buttons for the climate control system, and I really like that. Now, talking of buttons and controls, the main ones of interest on a G-Class are for the differential locks. So you get front, center and rear differential locks, and your low range is also via a button on the center console. Talking buttons, the window switches sit high up on the chunky windowsill. What I'm not a fan of are the touch controllers on the lovely AMG steering. The controls aren't easiest to use and inputs are often a hit and miss affair. There are 3 interior themes to choose from, and I'd suggest against this white on black upholstery, which is a pain to keep clean. Alternatives include beige on black and red on black. Cabin quality is really good with a solid feel to everything. And I don't think owners will get bored of the sounds of the door locks. Over to the back. Now, because the cabin is so high set off the ground and the door aperture isn't all that large, you'll realize you won't be able to make the most graceful of entries and exits at a red carpet event. And once you're inside, you'll also realize that the G-Class isn't the most spacious car for the big bucks that you've just paid for one. Now, I'm just under 6 feet tall. The front seat is set to my driving position. I'm pretty well taken care of on knee room and well catered to on headroom. But the simple fact is that the same money can get you a whole lot more real estate. What there's no denying is that you still feel quite special at the back of a G-Class, and that view out has a lot to do with it. Now the seat itself, nice and comfortable, pretty large, and offers a bit of adjustability in terms of recline, but that's about it. Features wise, you get seat heating at the back but not cooling. You get a dedicated zone for the climate control system, dedicated AC vents, 2 USB type C ports, as well as a 12-volt charging port. But that's about it. No adjustable sunblinds. On airport runs, you'll fit in quite a lot of luggage in the G. Trouble is, opening the side hinge door takes effort and you'll need help to load heavy items onto the high floor. Under the hood is a 2989cc straight-six turbo diesel engine. It sounds familiar because it is. It's the same engine you got on the G350D and the G400D, but power is now up to 367 horsepower while torque goes up to a juicy 750 Newton meters. For reference, the engine made 286 horsepower and 600 Newton meters on the G350D and 330 horsepower and 700 Newton meters on the G400D. The 367 horsepower and 750 Newton meters count for a lot because they deliver effortless performance in what is such a heavy car. Up to 2,500 RPM will see you through most average driving scenarios. But if you choose to press on, you'll see a different side to the G450D because it bunches up power around 3,000 RPM, and beyond that you get this strong and sustained charge. The soundtrack also captures this change of character. At low RPMs, you'll hear a very civilized hum from this engine, but get it excited and that hum grows into a pretty audible roar. An acceleration run is a sight to behold. The G450D squats down on its back tires and launches with its nose up. We managed a 0 to 100 kph time of 6.79 seconds. It's far from G63 quick, of course, but the G450D sure can move. The 9-speed gearbox keeps pace with the engine. New to the diesel G is the 48-volt mild hybrid system. The engine is backed up by a 48-volt mild hybrid system that delivers mild assist when you are accelerating hard. The cool thing, and quite literally so, is that it'll keep the air conditioner's compressor on at long hauls when you have your idle stop-start function activated. Don't expect magical fuel economy though. We got high single-digit kpl figures at best. It still beats an AMG, and a tank of diesel will also take you much further than a full charge on the electric G580. Drive it fast or slow, the G450D gives you a feeling of authority, and it's not to do with the engine alone. The G just commands respect. You feel that when you're out on the highway or when you're even stuck in a traffic jam with a lot of other vehicles around you. Everyone will be looking at your vehicle, making way for your vehicle, and that's a really good feeling. What also helps give you that superiority complex is the fact that you're sitting so much higher. You're literally looking down on other road users. The G-Class feels like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of SUVs, heavy duty and born tough. A cool factoid, the Governator and the G-Class are both from the same town in Austria, Graz. The G-Class got a suspension upgrade with the facelift, and the driving experience has improved to an extent. Now, while the engine might make it feel like a lighter car, around the corners it is unquestionably a big and heavy SUV. In terms of handling, it's not like old Gs that were just reluctant to turn, but if you compare it with a monocoque SUV of the same size, where that would offer you a response with instant delivery, here you get a response with same-day delivery. The steering isn't light and precise. There's a heft to it, but you know what? That heft goes with the G-Class's personality. It doesn't hop up and down as much as it used to, and the gap in terms of ride comfort to monocoque SUVs is much smaller than it once was. It's not as composed at triple-digit speeds as, say, a GLS would be. But then again, the G's forte is off-roading at very low speeds. The body-on-frame construction, tough suspension, low range, and of course the 3 diff locks give the G legendary ability. Just have a look at the older G400D that was an absolute beast at our off-road day in 2024. Even so, for all its charm, for all its character, for all its ability, there's no getting around the fact that the G450D is wildly overpriced. 2.9 crore rupees can get you more sophisticated and more comfortable SUVs. Body-on-frame alternatives also exist, such as the 2.1 crore rupee Toyota Land Cruiser 300 and the 2.9 crore rupee Lexus LX 500D. There's also the matter of buying an expensive diesel vehicle right now. The 10-year registration limit in some cities and general cloud over diesels could greatly impact resale value. The G63 AMG, on the other hand, holds its value brilliantly. But hey, that's me giving you level-headed advice. Fact is, someone who wants a G and has the resources to get a G will get a G.